Welcome to AMA 50, the podcast where you ask us anything and we give you three AMA-zing answers in 50 seconds. In this fast advice improv show, our hosts are challenged to answer questions in 30 seconds, 15 seconds, and 5 seconds, respectively, one after the other, all under a minute. Thank you for listening to our random and fun life advice podcast, but our word to the wise is we aren't life experts, so follow our advice at your own risk. My name is Kirsten, and I'm joined here today by my three esteemed co-hosts, Shay,
Hi.
Amy,
Hi.
and Will.
Hello.
So, what is AMA 50? AMA 50 is an improv game geared towards answering questions in the funniest and most concise way possible. I developed this game with the help of the amazing AP improvisers. As I said, we are answering questions from all over, each in under a minute. Will, tell us more about our special episode today.
Yeah, it is a special episode. Just like around this time last year, we've reached another milestone. We've reached the 20th episode of our podcast.
Woo!
We've recorded freaking 20 episodes, including this one, that you can listen to right now on Spotify and YouTube, which is pretty cool. So, as a thank you to our listeners who've tuned in thus far and have submitted questions to us through our Instagram and our Gmail, we're making this episode another mailbag special, which means we have another mix of random questions that are going to cover a variety of themes. And we'll even revisit some previous topics or questions that didn't make it into our previous episodes. So we'll have fun, as always, answering them AMA 50 style.
All right, let's take a break and we'll be right back.
I actually really do have to pee. I'll be right back.
And we're back. Let's start our first round.
All right. So Valentine asks, what do men ask Chat GPT? Shay, you have 30 seconds.
Well, men ask ask ChatGPT way too goddamn much. Ask for answers from real humans or use your own brain, because not only is it just the most mentally, intellectually lazy thing you can do, it will also tell you really wrong shit, especially if men are asking chat GPT questions about dating women. You do realize it's like scraping the barrel of 4chan. It's bad times.
That is not what I'm asking Chat GPT, but I know now not to ask that, so thank you. Amy, what do you think?
I work with a bunch of men who ask ChatGPT things all day, and they ask weird things like, what would a badger wear if it wore clothes? And what would I do if I was fun looking?
Use
Like,
your
that's what
imagination.
men ask ChatGPT.
That's very like up to interpretation.
It's so odd. Um, cool.
Kirsten?
What do men ask Chat GPT? Men ask Chat GPT to do creative work for them.
I have to agree with Shay is that it's kind of lazy and very like it can be very wrong. So
Yeah, it can
then
be really wrong. It's crazy how wrong it can be.
Have you
so,
seen Google results, like AI Google results? Sometimes they're hilarious and sometimes they're straight up dangerous.
so men stop it.
All right. You heard it here. Great. The next question comes from me. I don't remember asking this question, but I decided to just follow through with it. Hopefully no one listens to this particular episode. Kirsten asks, where does one get conclave smut? Will, you have 30 seconds. Shay, 15. Amy, 5.
I know exactly how this question came about is because the conclave that we had this year, it was just so huge in the news and in pop culture, and we just had a movie come out about it. So like of course it's on everybody's mind. When it's on everybody's mind, it's on everybody's perverted mind. So like I'm gonna credit Shay for helping me find Rule 34, which means if it exists, there is porn of it.
And
Okay. Let's get a little more into it, Shay. 15 seconds.
I've seen too much. I've spent too much time on the internet, and so I know that you can find conclave smut on Tumblr pretty much anywhere.
All right. Thank you.
People are way too horny for those cardinals.
I would guess that you can find conclave smut on Archive of Our Own.
Okay. Yeah.
Be a
All
good
right. Thank
place.
you.
What's that?
It's a fanfic website,
Oh.
but I can only imagine that it's on there.
There's everything. It's where Rule 34 lives.
I mentioned Rule 34 to a friend the other day, and she asked me, "So what are the other rules?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's like just in the general list of life rules. That's Rule 34."
There are other rules that are numbered, and I don't remember them.
Oh.
We'll
Alex.
have to do that research when we have time, when we have a break.
All right. Well, in the meantime, the age-old question. Anonymous asks, top or bottom? Kirsten, you have 30 seconds to answer a question that's very short. Will, you have 15 seconds, and Shay, you have 5 seconds.
All right. I think that top or bottom is a really good question. However, it kind of you kind of forget about side by side. And so I offer you side by side, top or bottom every once in a while, switch it up, go from bottom to top, then from top to bottom, and then side by side. Say it with me, everybody. Side
Side
by
by
side.
side.
Yes. Side by side.
My 15 seconds. Here are a few other songs. Boy got me walking side to side. I've been there all night. I've been there all day. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Bop, 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 bopping to the top, wiping away your inhibitions, I think is the lyric.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and say, ¿Por qué no los dos? Why not both?
Amen.
Variety is the spice of life.
Ah,
Anyway, here's another great question, philosophical question for the ages. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Amy, you have 30 seconds. Kirsten, 15. Will, you've got 5.
I feel like if I saw 100 duck-sized horses, I would just be like overwhelmed with cuteness, and I just could not physically fight them. So I don't think I would want to. So I think I would much rather fight a horse-sized duck where I felt more afraid and I could use fight or flight versus 100 duck-sized horses where I would just want to cuddle them all. So, yeah, that's my answer. I want to fight a horse-sized duck.
All right. This is hard because I'm very small. I'm only 4'11". Horses are very, very large and ducks are mean. So I wouldn't want to fight a horse-sized duck. But if I don't know, are they fighting me? My time is up.
Context needed.
Yeah, because if they're not like if I'm the one coming at them with violence and they're not, but I guess I have to fight them. I don't know. I ran out of time. Let's move on.
have you seen those duck boats in Philly? I want to ride that duck.
Ride that duck, ride that duck.
Do they still have the duck boats?
Yes, yes, they
Yeah.
do. The swans.
there have been so many ducks at Eastern State lately because 2 ducks decided to come and lay eggs on site. And it was really not ideal because there were many toxic things. And so we, as staff, had to go herding the ducks and chasing them around. One family, when the wildlife person came to help us get the ducks, we were able to get the babies, but not the mom. And so they had to be separated because being on site at Eastern State meant that they were eating poison stuff like lead and other debris that was around. There's also not a good enough water spot for them. So maintenance had to keep filling up little like tubs and a kiddie pool to make them a little pond to go in. And then the second one, and we couldn't get them before the eggs hatched because the ducks are protected. And so we had to wait for the ducks to hatch. And the second family, we managed to get them in like the officers' mess area where we got them down into an area and then blocked it off. The mom could fly whenever she needed to, but the babies were corralled in. And so they stayed somewhere and we were able to like feed them and shit. But then the problem is there was some kind of predator on site, probably hawks, because we see them all the time, that kept getting the babies. So by the time Karen was able to rescue what was left of the duck family, it was only mama and 3 babies left. But managed to get them into like plastic bins, put them in her car, drive to Fairmount Park, find a pond far away from the roads, and let them free. And she said she's like didn't realize just how stressed out and unhappy that mama duck was until she saw her babies in a real pond, and she just like relaxed.
Aww.
And that's great. But I have lots of pictures and videos of ducklings now. So
Do you think
that's how aggressive a duck can be when she's pissed off about her babies?
do you think that that situation would have been made more or less complicated if instead they were duck-sized horses?
You know what? I would say less complicated because I feel like the horses, well, can't fly. So mama horse wouldn't be able to fly away. And so then would have been much easier like to corral with her babies like the first duck family. And horses are herd animals, so you can herd them. So also, like I said, ducks are scary and mean.
They are, which is why I wouldn't want to fight a horse-sized duck.
I do want to see a horse-sized duck attached to like a carriage going through the park.
Yes. Or on a carousel. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
And it would be very on theme. Let's think more about what other animals would go on a carousel and be horse-sized that are not horse-sized. And we'll be right back and we'll tell you about it.
Break.
And we're back. Let's finish with our last round. Also platypuses. Carousel platypuses.
Okay. So Alexa asks, "It's time for bed. Did Cleo take a bath?" Amy, you have 30 seconds. Kirsten has 15, and Shay has 5.
Cleo, come on. Take the bath. It's not that hard. You get some bubbles. You get to smell nice. I know you don't want to go in the bath, but like when you're in it, you're like, okay, maybe this is nice. And then after you leave, you're like, "Ugh, this is the best thing ever." So I do not think Cleo took the bath, but I think she could be very, very easily convinced to do so.
Thank you.
It's time for bed. Did Cleo take a bath? What an excellent question. Oftentimes, yes. But sometimes, no. She is going to be 9 and she has begun taking showers.
By the time this episode comes out, she is 9.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't like it. She's halfway to 18 and that's freaking me out. All right, let's move on, Shay.
I'm gonna go ahead with no bath because She can do showers now.
Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Zarek asks, can you learn things from online classes? I can't, and I would love some tips. Will, you've got 30 seconds. Amy, 15. Kirsten, 5.
Oh my gosh. I had to do a lot of online learning recently, and it's a lot. Like a lot of things can be thrown at you. It's like, can you process and understand this all? And no, you can't. So I've learned to do things in increments and I've had time limits. I started with an hour of just doing classes and learning, and then I've built up and up from there as my tolerance and like mental strength has grown.
I can't learn from online classes. I know people who can. I just am not that person. And it's really hard. So I think, stop the class and take a different one that you can take in person and then make it up later because I can't figure it out either.
All right. Yes, yes, you can if you like the content. If not, it's hard.
Fewer words have never been said. Peak ADHD problems. I will learn everything if it's interesting.
Yeah.
If it's boring, nope.
No.
Never gonna stay.
Also, like, do you feel like pressure, like if you have to, like you have to do this,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to learn this, you have to have this comprehension. Like, then do you feel like, oh, I'm doing, I'm doing it more and I'm learning?
Pressure makes it happen. Sometimes the urgency, but it won't work until the night before whatever evaluation happens. And then I will process it all at once, really, really fast, give myself a panic attack, and then do the whole thing.
It's
Hilarious.
like, it's like a big old suppository.
Yep, of just adrenaline.
Oh boy.
Jesus. All right. Here's
Adderall.
one more. Are we ready? Sarah asks, should we all be living by our moon cycles? Shay, you have 30 seconds. Will, 15. Amy, 5.
I always get the big nerdy rants. That's fine. I can fill it. And I say, yes, because that is actually how the very first calendars archaeologists have ever discovered have been by a lunar cycle. Why? Because it was women measuring their period cycle, which kind of goes loosely based on a month. And so a lot of do that. Also, a lot of older calendars go by lunar months, like the Jewish calendar, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if this is related to like menstruation moon cycles, but I love on my calendar when I see the phases of the moon. Like new moons are like when you always set new intentions and stuff, and that's always fun for me.
I love the moon. I love looking at the moon. I love wearing moon jewelry. I love wearing moon clothes. Yes, live by the moon.
Okay,
The moon! Look! The moon!
me every time I see the moon.
Yep. I'm literally wearing moon jewelry right now.
Oh, you are. Look at that.
Oh, pretty.
The chances were really high that they were going to be moons. Most of my jewelry is moons. Um, all right. What a question to end the questions on. Anonymous asks, how often does the average person think about sex? Kirsten, you have 30 seconds. Shay, you have 15, and Will, you have 5.
I believe that the average person thinks about sex whenever they're not thinking about something else. And also, sometimes while they're thinking about other things. And for the average person, that can vary from not very often to quite often indeed, nearly incessant. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say my frame of reference is skewed, but I'll go ahead and say more often than I do. Probably. That's my answer.
I think it depends where this person is in their moon cycle.
Good answer.
I like
I,
it.
And
I,
with that, we will take a break and be right back. And we're back. Final thoughts on the rounds?
well, I guess firstly to our listeners, thanks again, for tuning in to our random fun life advice show, so we can answer these random questions for you. It seems like we had a lot of leftover questions about sex and about men, but where we last left off, how often does the average person think about sex? I think it varies, at least for me, as a man. Sometimes it's all the time, and other times it's like not at all during my day. And then it's like, oh, like I haven't thought about that today. Huh. And sometimes I continue, and then sometimes I gotta do something else for my online class.
I don't know.
Yeah, about that online class thing. I I totally understand where they're coming from. I feel like for me, if I'm consistently going to something, that's fine and I can process stuff. But if it's like, all right, it's an online class, do it whenever, here are the due dates, I'd be so out of my depth. I would not be able to handle that in the least.
I can't do it.
Yeah, no, no.
It's
An outside structure.
right. It has to do with structure and
Yeah,
like,
I can't make my own schedule and do stuff. It's not gonna work.
I think also it's like it depends on the topic because I think some classes that's like if you don't have like a live discussion based, back and forth with both like the teacher and the classmates, then it's harder to process the
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if it's like an instructional thing, like learning a skill via like a YouTube class, I think that's different. Like, but that's not even like a class with homework, that's like instructional videos.
Yeah, like I take stretch classes. So I show up and
Different.
they show me the stretches, I do the stretches, and then it's over. I'm not going to be tested or anything. And if I show up to another stretch class, did I get better at stretching? Maybe, maybe not. But no one's like grading me on it. So I don't think that's a fair, like I'm assuming they mean like in a school type setting.
Oh,
And in that online classes tend to be a lot looser.
I'm so glad that I was already way done with school by the time COVID happened.
Yeah. Like I have a
Oh,
friend
that would
who
have been so bad. That would have been so bad for me.
I have a friend who's graduating with her master's and she's like, I'm baffled by like usually when people have their master's or things like that, it's not as big of a deal because it's not like a big high school graduation. You're not like the class of, and it's not like you're that celebrated class. And so she's like, I've graduated high school, I graduated college, but so many people in her little cohort, none of them have graduated in-person high school or in-person college. Timing
Wow.
of things. And so like some of them high school, yes, but like none of them graduated in-person college because they're all like 20, 21, 22, and like she's in her 30s. And so like some of them are like, "Oh my God, we have to go. It's our graduation day. It's our graduation day." And my friend is like, "Yeah, so I graduate on Wednesday."
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, feel like you're accomplishing something. I don't know.
no.
Hard to do academics into the void.
Yeah, for sure.
That's like something that's very much like a group and other people grading you, where if it's like a skill based thing, it's like you're kind of your own assessor of your progress.
Yeah. That being said, I totally think it's very possible to learn things via computers and the internet. You can do it. You just do it. Yeah, any plugs for the month of September?
I mean, other than me turning 33.
What?
My birthday's coming up. Very exciting. But even more exciting is September means fall, means it's Halloween season already, the most wonderful time of the year. And with Halloween season comes, of course, our Philly favorite, Halloween nights at Eastern State Penitentiary. Bwah, 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 bwah. So get your tickets. Show opens September 19th and 20th. That is the opening weekend. You can get links to the calendar and tickets in the description below. And I can't believe it'll be my 10th season there.
Oh my God.
That makes me feel older than my birthday does.
Well, 10 years of scaring people and celebrating Halloween in like a gorgeous gothic and historic place. Like, how does it feel after a decade?
It's fun. I honestly, first of all, it's like no matter, what you're doing in the daytime, I'm like, I always have this fun, nighttime job. I love the community also. It's a great, like, Halloween people are the most fun and interesting people you'll ever meet. I've met fantastic people, and also, as you guys know in particular, I love dragging people from all other places in my life into the Halloween cult with me, and I just think it's a great time.
I love coming to it at least once a season.
But yeah, it's also like, roles evolving because it can be a really physically demanding job. So I'm kind of happy that as I move into like my 30s, I'm doing more of a like performance, like stage kind of role than as much physical scaring as I used to, because man, I don't think I could physically do a lot of the things I did my first couple seasons consistently for 32 show nights. But that's also what I like, is that it's a thing that can evolve with you and that you grow within it. So,
Do you know what I just realized?
What?
That means that we've collectively, I mean, Will, I think some of us, like, I met you later, but I've known all of you then collectively for 10 years.
Oh my god.
Wow, yeah.
Look at that. Long friendships.
That's so crazy.
Wow, that's beautiful. Let's take some more time to contemplate on our love and our friendship. But before we go do that, I just want to thank you all so much for listening today to the AMA 50 podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you'd like to submit your own questions to be answered in a future episode, our DMs are open at AMA 50 podcast on Instagram, or send us an email at AMA50 podcast@gmail.com. And we look forward to your submissions. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We're waving.
Always waving.
So you know.
Always waving.
And I'll let you know now. Last month, Cubby waved too.
Just to let you all know.
Bye.